Why do I support Burgess Owens? Because he's a man of action. I'll give you an example. Last year, about this time, Burgess decided that he wanted to see the flow of migrants and where they were coming from. So I hooked him up with special forces and some other military guys that I know that are military or war correspondents now. And we all went down to Panama. Burgess paid his own way because Nancy Pelosi and her ilk wouldn't approve it. So he paid his own way to go see the Darien Gap. And if you've never seen the Darien Gap, it's one of the most dangerous sections of the world. It's about a 60-mile stretch of jungle. And they say about 10% of the people that go in there never come out, which if you figure there's about 100,000 per year that are going through there right now, that means about 10,000 people per year are dying in the Darien Gap. And pretty much all the women that enter there are raped. Everyone, including the men, are robbed. Lots of men are pushed into servitude to carry both drugs and accompany human trafficking. So there's both sex and child trafficking flowing through there. And all of these immigrants that are coming from all over the world, Haiti, Egypt, Somalia, other even more dangerous countries, people that hate America, they're flowing through Colombia and then up through the Darien Gap into Panama, and then they're working their way from Panama all the way up through Costa Rica and everything else, all the way up to the US border. And they're coming here because of Joe Biden's policies. And that's not coming from me, that's coming from the actual immigrants themselves. Most of them that we talked to said the reason they're coming up now is because of Joe Biden and his administration. They know how lax it is. And when we were down there last year, there was maybe 100 a day coming through the gap. 2 years ago, there was 8 to 10 total per day. That increased dramatically in the first few months of the Biden presidency. Recently, I talked to some of these friends of mine that are still down there, and it's up in the 1,000 per day now. And again, these are people that are willing to make one of the most dangerous treks in the world because they want to come to America and have the good life and have the free life and have everything free. And Burgess Owens was man enough to not only brave, the jungles down there and 3 hour boat rides in little boats that most people would never crawl into, and go down there and see it for himself. And here's a video that we took of him when he was down there, and his thoughts on the Darien Gap.
You guys, just want to give a quick summary of today. Remarkable day, started off at 5:30. Had a chance to go down to the Darien Gap, the place that we've been talking about for quite a while now. Learned so many stories about what's happening, the misery that's coming through that particular place. You'll see pictures later on of this man we were bringing out that actually helped to get to the doctor, had gangrene because of the trip that he took through the valley, the gap. At one point, it's 300 people coming through in a day, and they ship them right up here to finish their journey coming through this part of the Panama. It's being overwhelmed down there. It's a community of MBI Indians, poor community, very proud community, built their society, their community on lumber and wheat. Now they're being overwhelmed. 450 in that range. At one point, have 1,000 immigrants coming through. Of course, they have to take care of feeding them and cleaning up after them as they move through. It is truly what they consider an invasion. This is what we have to be very, very careful about, is making sure that the people are not hurt coming through this process by politics in DC that have no interest in what the end result is. So I just wanted to kind of give you a real quick report. It's been a full day. You'll see 16 different canoes coming up with immigrants, and you'll also see one of those canoes tipped over. We found later on. They were all able to be saved, but one 5-year-old almost lost a life in the process. So this is a real crisis. and we just cannot close our eyes, not only at the border, but when you start to see 35,000 coming through, hitting the border this last month, many of them came through this Darien Gap.
I feel like you probably
anyway,
learned more
we're on
than
our way.
anybody
Going to continue this process. Just want to give you a quick update. Okay, all the best.
So there you have it. Do I think Burgess Owens is the right man to represent Utah right now? Absolutely.